Hello everyone. Today we would like to discuss about EEG, and gradually in the upcoming session we will also talk about sleep. So EEG being electroencephalogram, or it's a recording on a moving piece of paper or on the monitor screen from where you can get a printout of the very minute electrical disturbances of millions of neurons inside our brain, and when they sum up they will have they will show little disturbances, and these are picked up by scalp electrodes and then they are amplified and they are shown up in the screen or as squiggles on running strip of papers. So there are a few waveforms in electroencephalogram with which we want to be acquainted. There are a few waveforms of consequence being alpha, beta, gamma, delta and theta. So alpha waves are usually seen when the person is fully relaxed, eyes closed, and there is from around 8 to 12 oscillations per second, and these oscillations are small in amplitude. Beta waves happen when the person is a little more attentive, eyes are open, and thereby increasing the frequency wave from 12 to 20 or 30 hertz. Gamma waves are seen when the person is asked to solve a problem or is deep into some thought or a little agitated. It might even go up to 30, 35 hertz. Delta waves are usually seen when the person is not awake, when the person is asleep. So it's from around half hertz to around 4 hertz. And theta wave is when the person is not asleep but drowsy and very relaxed. So it will be as low as 4 to 8 hertz. We see when the person is awake and contemplating and active, so the wave pattern is with very high frequency and lower amplitude. So this is called a desynchronized pattern. All the neurons, they are acting in unison and they cut each other out, and whatever we get as a sound is small but of higher frequency. But when the person is very relaxed, even as relaxed as in sleep, then we see lower frequency, very low frequency, but the waves have become synchronized. The waves have become bigger, the amplitude is bigger and synchronized. So in stages of non-REM sleep, non-rapid eye movement sleep, which is the first stage of sleep, the first phase of sleep, we see slowing of the frequency and increase of the amplitude. In some waveform, we might even see sleep spindle and K waves during the third phase of sleep. Now, why is EEG useful? So EEG can be used in order to diagnose some pathologies. A brain tumor, a space occupying lesion in the brain give rise to a particular kind of EEG pattern. Then there are certain psychiatric disorder which can give rise to a certain pattern of EEG. Then comatose patient will have a definite type of EEG. Then EEG is also used as a tool for determining the death of a person. So along with other vital signs, or the lack of the vital signs. A flat EEG is indicative of the brain death of a person. Now, regarding sleep, before we go into the details and draw a diagram of all the neurotransmitters and the nuclei involved in sleep, and also the thalamus and the cortical awareness, we need to talk a little bit about the first phase of sleep, the non-REM sleep, and then the second phase of REM sleep. These two phases will happen over and over again in one night of sleep. Suppose you have 6 or 7 hours of sleep in 24 hours, that is almost 1/3 of your lifetime. So in this 8 hours of a day's sleep, there will be NREM sleep, REM sleep, then again NREM sleep, REM sleep, NREM sleep, and REM sleep, and the person will usually awake refreshed during an REM sleep. So as the night progresses, the amount of REM sleep increases. Now, what is the difference? Non-REM and REM. REM means rapid eye movement. So in REM sleep, what we see is that the eyeballs are moving, but the person cannot move. The rest of the body cannot move, usually doesn't move. Moreover, in REM sleep, very importantly, there is always erection, penile erection, and corresponding genital response of the female. So, a person who is suffering from impotency can be diagnosed not to have structural or not to have a penile defect if there is erection during REM sleep. Whereas a person having penile defect, a neurological defect or a structural defect of the mechanism of erection will not have erection during REM sleep. So a person showing REM sleep erection is definitely not impotent, but there may be other psychological problem which prevents an erection during the requirement. Now, REM sleep with eyeball movement, but there is absolute paralysis of the other skeletal muscle. So, the person does not act out his dreams. So, in REM sleep and also in non-REM sleep, there is dreaming. But dream during REM sleep is the dream that is recalled. It is also seen that in REM sleep, the person cannot act out his dream. There is no thrashing around. Right? So that is REM sleep. This is also known as paradoxical sleep because although the person is dreaming and the EEG pattern, most importantly the EEG pattern is akin. It is similar to that of the awakened state. So the EEG pattern of a person in REM sleep is a beta gamma pattern, and the person is recalling dream, but the person cannot move around. The opposite is some of the facts are opposite in non-REM sleep, where the person can move around a little bit more, but the heart rate, the pulse rate, the body temperature decreases and the person becomes very relaxed. Whereas in the REM sleep, there might be increase in blood pressure, there might be hurried respiration, but the movement is not seen. From REM sleep, from non-REM sleep, the first phase to REM sleep, the changeover is brought about by smoothly by orexin. We'll talk about it later. So in the next phase, we want to talk about sleep. Now, before going to sleep, we want to know what is being awake, because sleep is a phase which you go into from being awake. So what is awakened state? Awakened state is when you have an idea of what is going on around you. You feel all the sensations, the spatial sensations go in, the peripheral sensations go in, you feel pain, you feel temperature, and you have a will, you have a consciousness, you can voluntarily do things. This is a state of awareness, the state of arousal. From that state of awareness to arousal to being asleep will require the body to have various senses. So, to be falling asleep, you will need the accumulation of certain things like adenosine. So, increase of adenosine in the blood makes one drowsy. The presence of melatonin will make one drowsy. And then cozy, warm environment can make you feel asleep. Moreover, this is influenced by the circadian rhythm, the rhythm of the light and the dark, the day and the night. So let us talk about what is sleep now.